Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Tips and Gist. If today is your first time, please subscribe to this very channel because you're going to get lots of information here. In this video, I'm going to teach everybody how you can apply or register the DV program 2026, known as the American Lottery. If you are from Africa listening to me, except Nigeria, you are all eligible. The date to apply the DV program is coming Wednesday, that is 2nd of October to 5th November, Tuesday, 5th November. It is a 1-month program. So 2nd October to 5th November, you should make sure that you apply or register. DV program, Diversity Visa Program, is a visa category that allows somebody to enter US through a permanent resident status. You get a green card to live and work in America permanently. You can move with your spouse and children. The link to apply the DV program is dvprogram.state.gov. dvprogram.state.gov. If you cannot search it on Google, there is a link embedded right in this video. Just click on the caption and then the link is there. You can click on it, go on the portal, but you cannot do application until 2nd of October before they open the portal. The link is dvprogram.state.gov. Link to apply US visa is travel.state.gov. travel.state.gov. That is the link you can apply for any form of visa to America, whether visit visa, work visa, student visa. Travel.state.gov. It is the same link that you can get the photo instructions. Now, when you click on the dvprogram.state.gov, it brings you to the website. This is how the website is. You can see Electronic Diversity Visa Program. They will give you a welcome message with some set of instructions. So you follow the instructions, you scroll down, and you're going to see begin entry. Begin entry. When you see begin entry, you are supposed to click the begin entry. Then you enter authentication code. Then you are going to fill in personal details, 14 steps or 14 questionnaires. So I am going to take you through all the 14 steps, including the picture upload. So 13 questions, 1 picture upload, making it 14 steps in all. This is how the authentication code is. You're going to see numbers mixed with alphabets. It can be upper cases or lower cases. You enter the exact figure that you see over there, the exact words and numbers that you see over there. You enter it before you proceed. So for instance, you can see this 9WVJB4U. I repeat, 9WVJB4U. So you just enter it in the section below, then you click submit. Please, when you go on the portal, you are going to see yours different. So what you see over there is what you should enter. After that, you're going to see question number 1. They're going to ask your name, your full name. That is your last name, your first name, and your middle name. The last name is also known as family name or the surname. And the first name, you all know it, middle name. A lot of people are not having middle name. So if you don't have a middle name, below the middle name, there's an option over there, no middle name. You just click on that. Let's do some few examples. A case study is Emmanuel Boateng. You can see Emmanuel being the first name, Boateng being the surname, and no middle name. So in that case, Emmanuel will enter the last name, Boateng over there. Emmanuel in the middle, that is the first name. Then the middle name, he is going to click no middle name. All right. Another example is Emmanuel Mensah Boateng. In this case, Mensah is a middle name. So Emmanuel goes to the first name, Boateng goes to the family name, and the middle name is Mensah. So Emmanuel is going to key in exact names at the appropriate spaces. Another option is Emmanuel Mensah Boateng. In this case, Emmanuel is saying that my surname is 2 names, Mensah Boateng. They are all my surname. I don't have a middle name. And so therefore, he is going to key in Mensah Boateng at the family name and the first name Emmanuel and click no middle name. Now you can see Emmanuel Mensah Boateng again, but this one, Mensah Boateng, is hyphenated. A lot of people are having hyphenated surnames or even middle names. So you just key in the exact thing over there. Now you can see Emmanuel Nana Mensah Boateng. In this case, Mensah Boateng is the family name or the surname or the last name, Emmanuel being the first name, then Nana being the middle name. Then another one, Emmanuel Nana Mensah Boateng. So this one, the Mensah Boateng was hyphenated, but this one, Mensah Boateng, is 2 names, but they are all family name. Then Emmanuel being the first name and Nana being the middle name. The second one question is your gender, male or female. So you're going to select, are you a male or a female? You just select. Then you move to date of birth. Now, with the date of birth, question number 3, we have the month, the day, and the year. Month is 2 digits or 2 figures. Day is 2 digits or 2 figures, and the year is 4 digits. So MMDDYYYY. This is telling you that if you were born in July, you don't type July over there, but you type 07, because July is the 7th month, and you cannot type only 7. You have to bring 0 because you have to type 2 digits. If your day is on the 5th, you cannot type 5. You have to type 05, indicating 5th. If you are born on the 21st, 21. All right. The year is 1994, 2002, because it's 4 digits. So you don't have problem. Now, this is an example. You can see 8th October, 1997. It is written 10 because October is the 10th month. So 10 first, then 8th goes in the middle, 08, then 1997 follows. Another example is 11th February, 2002. So February being the second month comes first. So 02. Then the middle is 11th, then 2002 follows. Please, this is the American standard. I am saying this because if you're not careful, a lot of people go and enter their day at where the month is and enter the month at where the date is, the day is, and that is going to create an error. If you make mistake in your name or your date of birth, you're going to swear affidavit in a gazette from a court before they allow you to complete your DS-260 form. So please make sure that you do the right thing so that you don't find yourself wanting. Question number 4 is city where you were born. City where you were born. Please, you can see this on your birth cert or your passport. It is normally written as place of birth. So if you were born in Konongo or Tema or Techiman or Takoradi, you just key in Konongo or probably Techiman or Takoradi. Please, only the place of birth. They don't need, only the city. They don't need your district or your county or province or state. So do not write Techiman, Brunei East. Just write Techiman or Konongo or Takoradi or Accra, Kumasi, right? Just type the city or the place of birth. Even if it is a village, once it is on your passport, it is considered as a city or a place of birth. So just enter what is on your passport or your birth certificate. If you don't have a passport yet, just key in whatever is on your birth cert. But right after the lottery, if you're going to do a passport and they ask your place of birth, just use the exact town or city that you used during the American lottery as your city of birth. Now, question number 5, country where you were born. This is very simple. So if you were born in Konongo, automatically you're going to select Ghana over there. So place of birth or the city of birth corresponds to the country where you were born. So you just enter the country. Question number 5. Then question number 6, country of eligibility. Please, now they are asking you, I told you guys that eligibility is either where you were born or where you claim citizenship. For instance, if you were born in Ghana, is Ghana eligible? Yes. So country of eligibility, Ghana is making you eligible. If you were born in Nigeria, Nigeria is not eligible. So the only way a Nigerian can participate is a Nigerian who has migrated to a foreign country and has attained citizenship over there. So holding a British passport, a German passport can also make you eligible. So in that case, they are going to ask you, are you claiming eligibility based on the country where you were born? So that case, a Nigerian will select no. Immediately you click no, they are going to ask you which country are you then claiming eligibility. Then you select the country that you hold their passport. But if you were born in Ghana, Ghana is eligible. So you just indicate, I'm claiming eligibility based on where I was born. And so you click yes, and you do not select any country again over there. So a typical example is this one. I clicked no, and they are asking, okay, fine. If you're not claiming where you were born, then where do you hold another eligibility, like holding their passport? And I selected United Kingdom. I'm holding a British passport. So this is a typical example. All right. Question number 7. You are going to upload your passport photograph. This section can disqualify you. If you don't upload a US standard passport picture, they are going to disqualify you. In fact, the picture alone has sets of instructions, rules and regulations. How you should save the picture, the format, the resolution, other stuffs. How you should position your head, facial expression, composition, a lot, even the attire, and a whole lot. I'll do a separate video about instructions for this picture. So you upload the picture, please. You click choose a photo or choose new photo. Choose a photo. There's a column over there. You can see choose a photo or choose new photo. You click on it. It will take you to your mobile phone where you have stored the standard picture. You select it and upload. If you are using a laptop, it will take you on your laptop. You go and look for the picture, then you upload. Question number 8 is mailing address. Now, mailing address has 8A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. About 7 spaces that you are supposed to fill. Question number A and C are optional. You can leave that part. Now, the A is in care of. In care of is somebody using another person's mailing address. So if you don't have a mailing address and you're using another person, then it is in care of. But if you are using your company's mailing address, you don't have to key in care of. If you are using your school email address, you don't have to, because you belong to the school, you belong to the church, you belong to the company. Such cases, fine. But if you don't have a mailing address and you're going to somebody, an individual, to use an individual's email address, then you have to use the in care of. So the in care of, you enter your name over there, then the address line 1, you enter the person's address over there so that they get to know that, okay, the address is not for you. You don't work with that person. You don't school there, or you don't attend church at that address, but you are using it in care of you. So the most important thing is the B, the address line 1. So for instance, I'm using Holy Family Hospital, a workplace. So a nurse filling this form can use their workplace, a hospital, as their address. So address line 1, the B section, I enter Holy Family Hospital. Then the C, the optional one, I enter the PO Box 36. Then the D, I can enter the city over there, because D is city. So city is Techiman. Then the district is Bono East. So the district, you can write the region over there or the district, because they consider the district and the region to be one. Other countries, they will say county, province, or state. Now, when you see province is Canada. Canada province is equivalent to a region in Ghana. So they are saying district. So you can either write Techiman Municipal or you can write Bono East. And in fact, one secret is this mailing address, they don't use it for anything. I don't know why they include it, because they are not going to mail anything to you when you win the lottery. And when you are filling the DS2CC form, you can change your mailing address, because it can be that the time that I was registering the lottery, I was in Ghana or Ejoso, but now I have moved to Techiman. So when I win the lottery, I can use Techiman address. So the mailing address, you can change it later. So if you don't have a mailing address, use somebody's mailing address. Just key in, because this initial stage, they don't care about the mailing address. They're not going to ship or post anything to your mail. When you win during the DS2 system, that is when they ask for a mailing address, and you can use your current mailing address. So at the city, you just type the city. At the district, you type the district or the region. And the F is the postal code. Ghana is 00233. Now, when you come to foreign countries, we have separate postal code or postal address based on your house residential address. Every resident abroad, like UK here, my apartment has its own postcode. Then the country is Ghana. So you select the country where the address is from. Let's look at some examples over here. So one typical example is somebody using a school as their mailing address. So in care of the A, I leave that place blank. Then I move to the B, address line 1. I key in Ejoso MA Model School. Then C, PO Box 15. Then the D is Ejoso. Then the E, Ejoso Municipal. Then the F, 00233. Then the G is the country, so Ghana. So the F is the postcode. If you are in a country that you don't know the postcode, just tick no postal code. So you can see at the F, beneath the F, there is no postal code over there. Just click on the no postal code. And therefore, that place will be blank and you do not enter a postal code. This is for those who are in a country that you don't know their postal code. They are not going to penalize you. I told you that the mailing address, they don't even care about it in this initial stage. Now, this is a typical example of somebody using a hospital. So Holy Family Hospital, PO Box 40, Techiman. This time, their person is using Bono East region. And then the code is 00233, then Ghana. This is an example of somebody using a church, St. Anthony Catholic Church. So you can see that they are all using the B. They leave the in care of. The B, so St. Anthony's Catholic Church, PO Box 50, Tema, Greater Accra region, right? 00233, then Ghana. So before somebody can use the A, it means it is not an organization, but individual. For instance, if you are using Tips and Gist email address, we are using Tips and Gist mailing address, I am Tips and Gist. So the A you can write, for if your name is Emmanuel Boatin, the A in care of, you write Emmanuel Boatin. Then the B, you write my full name, Tips and Gist, because it is coming to me. So Tips and Gist, then probably P.O. Box 50. Or if I'm a company, Tips and Gist Company Limited, P.O. Box 50, then Tema or whatever, it follows. That means you don't belong to that company, you don't belong to that church, you don't belong to the school, you are using it in care of. This is an example of people staying abroad. So you can see the A in care of is optional. Then the B, flat 3, 162 Betches Green Road, Kingswood. So this is an address of the flat, because abroad we don't use the P.O. Box, we use the how do we call it? The flat postcode and the flat name, because when they post something, it comes straight to your room. So flat 3, 162 Betches Green Road, Kingswood. Then the C, you could see that the C was optional over here. C was optional. So I don't need to key in anything because I don't have anything apart from what I key in at the B. So I can leave C as optional. Then the D is the city or the town, Bristol. Then the E being the county. In the UK, we don't say district or region, we say county. So E is Bristol as a county. Then the F is the postcode. So you can see BS15 1DY as the postcode, and the G is the country, that is United Kingdom. Another example is mailing address. So you can see room 22, flat 4, block 1, Clanny House. So the A in care of was left blank. Now the room 22, flat 4, block 1, Clanny House is the B. Since there is another information, I key in at the C, and that is Peacock Street West. Before the town is Sunderland, then the county is Tyne and Wear County, and the F is the postcode and the United Kingdom over there. Question number 9, where you live, country where you live. So this is different from where you come from. So number 4, number 5 coming there about, they were asking the country where you were born, the city where you were born, country of eligibility, but this is country where you live. So if you are living in Iraq, if you are living in Pakistan, if you are living in Dubai, Qatar, wherever you are, Egypt, this is where you select the country where you live. So the first one is your country of eligibility or country where you were born. That would be Ghana, or wherever you were born. Then when you come to country where you live, you select the country where you live. So if I'm selecting the country now, I'll select United Kingdom. Then question number 10, they're asking of your phone number. It is optional. You can leave that part. They are not going to penalize you, or they are not going to punish you. It is optional. You can leave it. But if you have a telephone number, you just key in your telephone number over there and you are good to go. Make sure that you begin with the country code. So +233. You know, the 00233 as the postal code for Ghana. When you type in for a number, it becomes plus. The 2 zeros become plus. So you begin +233, then the number follows. So a typical example is what you see on the screen. That number is not my telephone number. It is just for a case study. So please don't go and call the person or chat to the person. It might be a fraudster or somebody. It is just something that I just use off head. So please ignore, don't call the number. Question number 11, email address. We have the A and the B. The A, you enter your email address. Then the B is confirm the email address. So you type the same thing. They want to make sure that you don't make error with your email address. So it's the same thing for the A and the B. Now this email address is very, very important. When you lose your confirmation number, initially, you had to key in your email address before they send the confirmation number to your mail. It was only last year that people could retrieve their confirmation numbers without entering their email address. But subsequently, it was very, very important during the DV lottery, because when you lose your confirmation number, it was the email address that could help you to retrieve the confirmation number. So please, don't forget your email address. Now, question number 12. It's your level of education as you have achieved as of today. So your level of education you have achieved is a past tense. So those schooling in the university you have not completed, ignore that. What is your level of education before the university? So if you are doing your master's, it means you have degree already. So degree is your highest level of education that you have achieved. The master's, you are now trying to achieve that. You have not achieved it yet. If you are in the university doing a degree, you might have a diploma or secondary school certificate. That is your highest level of education you have achieved. So please select what is appropriate for you. Now we have primary school only, high school no degree, high school degree, vocational school, some university courses, university degree, some graduate level courses, master's degree, some doctorate level courses, and doctorate degree. Please, they have arranged it according to the highest level. So from the lowest to the highest. When you are selecting a category, make sure that the category behind you, you have achieved that. For instance, a high school degree is higher than a high school no degree and a primary school. So if you select a high school degree, it means you are somebody completed high school, primary school, and if you even pass the high school no degree. If you select vocational school, it means you are somebody that you completed a high school, proceeded to do a vocational program before you got the vocational certificate. So if you don't have a high school degree and you did 3 years vocational, it might be equivalent to the high school degree, because the vocational over there is higher than the high school degree. Some university courses is diploma, HND, and others. So let us read through here. So a typical example is what you can see on the screen. Level of education. Primary school, it's no formal education or primary level. So those of you guys with no formal education, you didn't go to school at all, you select primary school. Or when you went from kindergarten to class 6, primary 6, you select primary level. So that is primary school. You're going to select primary school. High school no degree. The second option, high school no degree, is those with a junior high school certificate, that is the BEC, or a senior high school without certificate. So if you are a senior high school level graduate without a certificate, whether you didn't complete or whatever reason you cannot provide a certificate, it means you are high school no degree. A junior high school with a certificate is also high school no degree because you started the junior level without completing the senior level. So it is high school no degree. High school degree is somebody completing a senior secondary school. Example is the WAEC, the NVTI, or 3 or 4 years after JHS. So after JHS, if you scored a formal education for 3 or 4 years, when you convert it to American standard, it should be level 12. So the other time I told you guys that class 6, JHS 1 is class 7, JHS 2 class 8, JHS 3 class 9, then SHS 1 class 10 or level 10, SHS 2 class 11 or level 11, then SHS 3 is class 12 or level 12, and that is American high school degree. So in America, when we say high school degree, it is level 12 of formal education from elementary and a senior high level. Now, vocational school is higher than the high school degree. So Ghana vocational school is not what we're talking about. When you go to America and Canada, before you can do vocational program, it should be somebody who has completed a high school degree. So when you want to go to Canada to do a vocational program, whether 6 months cook, hairstylist, machinist, example is a College of North Atlantic in Canada. If you want to go and school over there, do their 1 year courses or 2 years or 6 months courses, they will ask for your secondary school certificate. This is telling you that that vocational that you're going to do is higher than the high school degree. That is why you require a high school degree to go and pursue that program. And so if you are in Ghana and right after JHS, you went to a 3 years vocational program, it is not that vocational school over here. It is still equivalent to the high school degree, because from JHS, you're still meeting the class 9. And you have to spend another 3 good years for that vocational. And that is still equivalent to America 12. And it is high school degree and not the vocational level. The vocational level is somebody meeting American level 12 and also to do further programs in vocational level, maybe 6 months or more, whether 1 year. So I have some people right after secondary school, they went to Polytechnic to do 1 year vocational program, maybe in nutritionist or nutrition or cook or whatever, right? A chef program for 1 year or something, and they can classify as a vocational school. Some university courses, it is people with certificate, diploma, HND. So after secondary school, if you schooled for 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years after secondary school, formal education, that is not vocational, then it is some university courses. Example is certificate in nursing. Those of you guys schooling 2 years in Ghana, 2 years nursing, certificate in nursing, or 3 years diploma in nursing, or 3 years diploma in teaching education, or any program, right? Any program that you went to do. So yours is some university courses. Now, university degree is bachelor's. So whether BSc, that is Bachelor of Science, BA, Bachelor of Arts, BE, the Bachelor of Education. So all the bachelor's program is university degree. You select that. So if you have a diploma, before going for a degree, Your highest is a degree, so you are going to select some university degree. Right from secondary school, you went straight to do 4 years degree. You also select university degree. The other one is some graduate level courses. From degree to masters, there are some programs like postgraduate certificate. That is not masters, and it is also not a degree. It is higher than a degree. So people having that graduate level certificates, you select some graduate level courses. The masters, the MSc, the MBA, you all select master's degree, and the PhD select doctorate. That is the level of education. Now, question number 13, marital status. They are going to ask whether you are married or married, divorced, widowed, legally separated. Please pay attention. If you are unmarried, unmarried means you are single, whether you are dating or not. If you are unmarried, if you don't have a legal document, if you don't have a marriage certificate, you are unmarried. So if you are living with a man with 4 children and you don't have a legal certificate, marriage certificate, you are unmarried. If you are married traditionally without a court certificate or a church certificate, right? The 2 marriage certificates approved or accepted in Ghana is through the ordinance or the customary being accepted by the court. So if you do the traditional marriage, you have to go to court and sign, or you go to a church and bless your marriage, sign at the church. So if you don't have that legal document as a marriage certificate, you are still not married. Even though you are married traditionally, you cannot prove your marriage certificate, because when you are filling the S260 form after you win the lottery, you are going to prove marriage certificate as a proof of your marriage. So if you cannot prove it, it means you have to select unmarried. All right. Now, married and my spouse is not a US citizen. This is for people who are married, but their wife is not, or their spouse, husband is not a US citizen or a permanent resident. Now, the third option is married and my spouse is a US citizen. This is people who are married and they have their spouse in US already, having the citizenship status or the PR status. Then divorce. Divorce is somebody who was legally married, had the marriage certificate over there, and now divorced with a divorce certificate as well. So if you are divorced without a divorce certificate, it means you are still in the marriage contract. So before you can say I am divorced, it means you should have a divorce certificate over there. So if you go stay with a man who didn't marry you, impregnated you, gave birth to 2 children, and the man left you, you are not divorced. You are not even married. So you are still unmarried. I know a lot of women will select divorce because they think that they were staying with a man and for 1 year or 2 years, they gave birth with the man didn't marry them, and so they are divorced. You are not divorced. You are not even married at the first place. Widowed. Widowed is somebody whose partner is deceased or dead. You're going to prove the death certificate of that spouse, the death certificate. And on the death certificate, it will bear the name of your husband or your deceased wife. And how do they know that you were married to that person? You will prove your previous marriage certificate as well. And so if your husband or wife is dead and you were not married to the person, you are not widowed. Because if they ask you for the death certificate, you can provide it, but you cannot provide the marriage certificate that time. That means you were not married to the person, so you're not widowed. All right. Legally separated. It is people who are married and they feel that there's tension in the marriage, so they go to court to attain a legal document, and therefore court separate them legally. Whenever they feel like going back to their relationship or their marriage, they just go back and they combine them again. All right. Question number 14. That is the last question. Number of children. Before I go to question number 14, take a close look at this. When you select you are married, you are going to enter your spouse information. So you can see after the legally separated, there's an option, enter spouse information. If you click you are married, you have to take that as well. You have to take it so that you can enter your spouse information. Your spouse information is the name of your spouse. That is surname, first name, middle name, just like yours, date of birth, the same formula. They're going to ask a place where your wife is living, and they're going to ask the passport photograph. Make sure that they also have a standard, the American standard. If your spouse or your children's photograph is wrong, they are going to disqualify all of you. So please pay attention. It is very, very important, because if you make a mistake, your picture might be correct, everything is correct, but your wife or your husband picture will disqualify the entire entry. So make sure that if you're adding somebody to your application, they are also going according to the picture standard. All right, so you click enter spouse information. So that after you key in all your information, another page will open for you to enter your spouse information before you submit. Now, question number 14 is number of children. Now, children is either biological, legally adopted, or stepchildren who are unmarried and under 21 years. They should be alive. So if you're pregnant, don't count it. If you're pregnant, don't count it. Count children that you think that you can take them to America. Children that you think that you can gather their data. So even if you are having 5 children, but they are not taking pictures, enter 0 over there. Because the number of, if you enter 5, there will be another page that will open and they'll ask for all the 5 details of each child plus their picture. If you don't have their picture, you cannot proceed. So don't worry yourself to key in a number that you cannot provide a picture of each child. So if you're having 3 children and 2 are not with you, so you didn't get their picture, you were able to take just one picture, a picture of one child. Just enter 1 and use that child to do your entry. When you go to America, later you can file for them through the family route and not the DV lottery route. If your child is 21 years or above 21 years, they do not qualify. Qualification is below 21 years. So from 20 years below. If they are 18 years, 19 years, 20 years, 17 years, and they are married, they are also disqualified. They should be unmarried. So please, your child should be unmarried and below 21 years and alive. And they should be able to give you all their details to submit it before you add them to your entry. After you are done, you click continue. So we are done with the set of questions, the 14 questions. So you click continue. And when you click continue, automatically you're going to get sources. So for instance, this one, I entered 3 children and I click continue. So when you click continue, the 3 children, they are going to open a portal for you to key in the details of each child. If you select your spouse that you are married, enter spousal information. They are going to also ask details of your spouse before you can get the sources. So after everything, you click complete or submit. Then you get sources. If you are single with no children, you immediately after your details, you're going to click complete and success. It is those with children and married that another page will open for them. Please, when you submit it, you have to see the sources with your confirmation number, the year of birth, and everything on the screen. If you don't see it, it means your details was not on their system. But if you see it, you are supposed to save it to your computer or your phone. Either a PDF, a screenshot, or whatever. Don't write it, because if you are writing the zeros and the O's, the 1 and the I, they are similar. You might make a mistake. So either screenshot so that somebody with a technical eye can assist you. If you submit yours and you see the sources, do not submit another one. It will be a duplicate application. Make sure that you do 1 application, not 2. If you do 2, they'll disqualify you. So disqualification is duplicate application and wrong picture format or photo format. These are the 2 ways they can disqualify you. If they disqualify you, you not even enter stage number 2 for the computer. So a lot of people do not go to stage number 2 because they did 2 applications, either from their fault, whether they did it twice, or an agent is having their details. They did theirs and an agent is also doing it for them. So it becomes duplicate application, and therefore you don't even proceed to stage number 2 for the computer to select you. You end at the stage number 1. As soon as you submit it, you are off their system. It will generate confirmation code and everything, but they'll find out. The system will find out that it is a duplicate application and they are going to reject it. This is how you can answer the questions for the American Lottery. Everybody can participate. All you need is to get the address. I repeat, it is dvprogram.state.gov, dvprogram.state.gov. And I have embedded the link right in the comment section. Sorry, right in the caption. So click on the caption of this video and then you're going to get the link over there. When you click on the link, you go on the portal. You cannot do your application until 2nd of October. That is coming Wednesday, exactly 12 p.m. American time. That is EST, Eastern Standard Time. So you have to convert to your local time. I will be online that day to help everybody, to make sure that everybody is doing the right thing. Please do not send any information through my mail. Do not send your picture. I will not be able to edit because I have a lot of stuff. I'm doing a lot of videos for you guys. I'm very, very busy. Do not send your picture for me to edit it. I cannot. This video is very brief. If you don't understand it, I have a 2-hour section on my live. Go through my live sessions. You see a 2 hours how you can apply the DV lottery. And we did it live for everybody to ask their questions. So if you don't understand this video, go to that one. I answered a lot of questions and I took my time. I didn't rush like this one. So go, if you are a slow learner, use that video to assist you or to help you. Once again, this is Tips and Gist. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section. I might be able to answer you. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best. Bye-bye.
Tips and Gist, Tips and Gist, a honey in a curfew. Tips and Gist, ever show me what it takes. Tips and Gist, Tips and Gist, and I don't say be any Tips and Gist, ever show me what it takes. Sao pa konto mo se mo wa, o pese un tania. Wow, but me a office application school application job application we agent bia. Bet you my to me yo. Wow, but me yo. Tips and Gist, a honey in a curfew. Tips and Gist, bet you what it takes. On your agent, on your Tips and Gist, and I don't say be any Tips and Gist, ever show me what it takes. Open update BI for UK, Canada, US, Australia, Luxembourg, Germany, and all the singing countries. Now I will to me, oh, baby, wow, yeah, just about attaching your teeth, no. Tips and Gist, I'm a boy, over my update, yeah. A honey, update, yeah. A honey, no crafty, no. A audience, I say, me and you. On your agent, on your middleman, no. Now I got the shame, Jessica. Oh, bet you my to me, yo. Wow, bet to me, wow, bet to me, Tips and Gist, a honey, no crafty, Tips and Gist. Ever show me what it takes. On your agent, on your middleman. Tips and Gist, and I don't say me anymore. Ever show me what it takes. Follow Tips and Gist on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and our social media platform, Tips and Gist.